Okay. I appear to be live. It didn't set me to unlisted like it did last time. That was really annoying. Actually, let me just double check that. Nope, I am on public. Good. Cool. I just remembered that I forgot to open the game. Good job, me. Hey, Maze Beast. I'm doing okay. Gotta make sure. Okay, yep. It is on top. Ah. I need to clean my desk. Okay. Let's see, where was I? Now, I can't tell if YouTube is, like, not... I need to refresh YouTube's streaming thing because it's, like, only kind of acknowledging how many people are in here. So that's fun. To analytics. Okay. Okay, right. The ship crashed. People were arguing. Okay, yeah. Hey, Feck. Hey, Eli. Let me check my journal. I was doing... Let's see, Canaan's Cradle. UDL gunship has crashed on Monarch, and both MSI and the Iconoclasts desperately want it. Retrieve the gunship's targeting judge. Or targeting module. See where the ship lands. They could still stick the landing 0 out of 10 from Monarch Judge. Okay. And then I could actually just leave and not do that and let them fight it out themselves. Slaughterhouse Clive, which I think I'm going to skip because I don't actually want to work for Sublight. Herrick's Handiwork, Caleb Herrick and the other autoloader operators are on strike. Right, I'd put that off for some reason. I can't quite remember why. Writing stuff for a D&D campaign. Well, has the campaign started yet? Or are you, looking for overarching ideas? Hey, Bravo Bomb. Not letting the two factions on Monarch fight it out. True. I could probably get away with it, though. No, I'm not going to do that. Lilia Hagen has a lead on some expensive salvage. On the board of Abandoned Monarch, several factories and research facilities were left mostly intact. Secret lab on in Cascadia. Sucker bait. And Starcross Troopers. Right. And then I've got to do this too. Let me see where this is. That's going to be further on, so I'll be able to do that. Empty Man. That's on Skilla. Starcross Troopers is like right here, so I'll map. Oh. Honestly, I don't think I have any use for that. Hey, Raiden.
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack?
Yes. Naoka needs a favor.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
She's your friend and she's in need. You're the only one who can help.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scratch.
Hey, Terminator.
And, good luck.
Okay, so the campaign has started. Tell us a little about the campaign. So about that ship.
Yes, the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. A bit grainy, but an invigorating watch all the same. What about it?
Hey, at least you're getting an upgrade. Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was gonna, but I feel like having a drink tonight. I've got some cider left over. Where did I put my bottle opener? There it is. Probably not gonna drink the whole thing, but this one has turnable, but well, I've already got it started like this, and it's stuck. Let's see if I can still turn it. Yep. Two sessions are going, trying to make it to a town called Red Hawk. They were in a shipwreck, and they have a mysterious box that made them have a dream of a ring. Interesting. Okay. So are you already, so you're running this, they've had a dream of a ring. Are they, do you know, I don't necessarily, I'm going to assume that your players aren't going to watch this stream. Do you have any idea what the ring is? Alright, let's see.
The board has a blockade of gunships that patrol Monarch. Not a ton, mind you, just enough to deter the masses. I am curious as to what downed it. A faulty part wouldn't be wholly unusual. The supply for new mechanicals is tight. Ugh, now I'll never sleep. Unsolved puzzles really torque my sprockets. If you find out what happened, sell me the info.
Who do you think I should give the
I fear
module
it's a
to?
sad day when you've resorted to asking me for advice.
True.
Sanjar's about as deadly as a spilled can of lead paint. If anyone's to aim a cannon at my face, I'd prefer it be him. But he'd never have the guts to defend Monarch if it came down to it. Graham's as likely to bomb Monarch as he is to protect it, down to the last dying man, woman, and sister-pig. As I'm not the one with access to the artillery cannon, I reckon the decision's ultimately up to you.
Thanks for the insight. Or is that your polite way of telling me to get lost?
I'm not sure anyone's accused me of being polite before. Besides, I know better by now than to think you'd go.
Alright, never mind.
I'm getting a headache behind my left temple. What could be causing it? The glare from the terminal screen? Or something else?
Uh-huh.
Give my regards to Phineas.
Ring's one of... Okay. Are there other people after the ring? I keep forgetting I can break stuff down. I keep breaking it and not, you know, breaking it down, which is what I should be doing when I get things that I don't need. Where's the... Why am I being... Probably because this is outside. I would say definitely have some competition for the ring, and definitely give them a reason that they want it before someone else. Like something inside that they don't want falling into the wrong hands. Someone who wants it for nefarious purposes. Ow. That was a bad idea. That kind of thing.
Only good marauder is a dead or dying one. Slick work in there.
Isn't Parvati a cheese? No, you're thinking of Havarti cheese. Which I did have a friend, it was actually Pepsi, back, who kept calling her Pavarti instead of Parvati, because he kept mixing her name up with Havarti cheese. Oh, that is not a thing I want to step on. That's not a thing I want to use. There. That's not what I want to do. It's back that way. Okay, his cradle is over that way. Sucker bait is... yeah. Sucker bait's closest, so we may as well go investigate this. Yeah, what is in the vault? That is a good question. Do you know already, or... Feels like there should be a way down here. See health bars. There's targets up here. I think. Yeah. Nice. I'm going the wrong way, I think. Or I'm not going the wrong way, it's just that... Oh. And everyone's dead, so I need to load... Wait, no, I have that ability. I can make it through this. I think I can revive them? Yes, cool. Treasure, riches, and a Tarask. Interesting. Okay, but yeah, so far my biggest advice to you is just have someone else who wants it. Because if they don't have because it gives a sense of urgency.
Alright, I'm on the move! Wow, not even a scratch!
Nice. Oh, that's right. I went through the cave to get here. I didn't go up this because it was giving me problems and getting people killed. But, guess it was easier pushing down. I should probably eat, though. And drink. Caffeine drink. I don't know if that counts. Okay, that'll be food, I think. Wait, right, it's F to use. And then water. Come on. I think purple berry juice counts as a drink. Like an actual drink and not like...
I love this mountain. You can see so much from here. So many beasts would need killing. So many drinks would need drinking.
We ought to camp out here tonight, you know? Make a little fire, sing songs.
No, Parvati. Parvati, I love you, but no. Okay. Got Manta Pillars, Mantisaur Soldiers. I don't see any Manta Queens. Okay, if I take down the Manta Pillars first. Thought I saw a second Manta Pillar. No, there's another soldier out there.
Here we go. Moving.
Great. This is not good.
Everyone all right? Look out, Cap. You're hurt.
Well, that was bad.
Making tracks.
Survived though, somehow. My biggest advice I can give you, Eli, is don't worry about making your campaign perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Just worry about making it fun. Oh, that one's pristine. What can I break down? I think I can break down this. Okay. Records room status sealed. Enter administration code. Accessible. Warning, unauthorized entry into the records room will result in immediate reassignment. Given the rust, the sulfur degradation, and the years spent sitting in dirt and dust, it'll be a miracle if anything can be found on it. Still, Zora would be interested to see it. Bypass shunts. Ooh, mag pick. Substation has been decommissioned following the closure of work order number UDL-211. Communications functionality has been disabled. Work order number... Status report number 1. Recording engineer Wolkowitz. Tunnels are in, cables are laid, Devil's Peak is receiving, but we're waiting on signal confirmation from the outposts. This whole place stinks of sulfur. We should have brought masks. I'm sure I heard something in the caverns beneath the tower. Something's living there. Here's hoping we don't unsettle it, or else that place ain't gonna be safe for our cable guys. We got signal from Ember Heights, Stellar Bay, and Cascadia. We're waiting on word from Bayside Terrace and Aurora Ridge. I ought to note that I was right about those caverns. They ain't safe. Some kind of... hell, I don't know. Big thing with claws. I ain't an animal scientist. Can't wait to get the hell off this rock. Work order UDL 211 has been completed. The substation will now be disabled and closed off. It should be noted that the lead engineer, Franklin Walkowitz, has perished due to a workplace accident involving hostile wildlife in the Devil's Peak Caverns. It should be further noted that Mr. Walkowitz's complaints regarding the dangers of the Terra 1 wildlife have been redacted. Terra 1 Hazard Clause. Public Notice number 117 on the issuing of a hazard clause for Terra 1. This notice, issued on January 12th, 2343, serves as the public denouncement of Terra 1 as a feasible workplace environment. Due to the hostile and aggressive nature of the wildlife, as well as the unsustainability of its natural flora for use in human consumption, the Halcyon Holdings Corporate Board has officially enacted a hazard clause covering the entirety of Terra 1. After an evacuation period of no more than 6 months, Terra 1 will be officially considered illegal territory. As this is a unanimous decision, any corporation caught operating on Terra 1 after the evacuation period will face fines and possible disbarment as defined in Halcyon Code 22.1. Manual log entry. Gonna die for this damn fool errand, I know it. He said Amber Heights was gonna have more bits than we can spend, but those suited morons up and spent it all for us. Books and vases and pretty shit. We can't eat a fucking book. Look at us now. Of all the closets to coop up in and lick our wounds, we had to choose the one that's set to lock itself up. I feel like a marauder, digging at the walls like this. We gotta get out before we starve. It ain't possible, but Nelson over there is trying to keep our spirits up, and I don't have the energy to fight him on it. Screw that Bryant fella. Eyes bigger than his fucking stomach. Oh, I should have. I don't know why. Hemlock's eye patch. This eye patch is comfortable, stylish, and a conversation piece, reversible for right eye, for left or right eye use. Also available in mauve and taupe. It's back at Amber Heights. Okay, that's Alta Vitae. That's back there. I think I'm gonna skip that one. Alright. So I guess we'll do Space Crime Continuum and then keep onwards towards the Canaan's Nest. And then we'll start making our way back. Oh, I have a concussion. So we're actually going to fast travel back to the ship. Rest up, eat up. Start working our way along. Turn in some of those other quests.
I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters, so you're free to disrobe whenever you'd like.
Damn it. I always forget how creepy Ada is. Glacier water, purple berry punch.
Sam, my vacuum tubes require evacuating. No, not those. The ones in port. Yes, there. Thank you. And while you're at it, could you switch my binaries to that? Exactly. I haven't felt this clean and efficient since Captain Hawthorne installed my subalternate auxiliary backup processor.
I did not need to walk in on that.
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Now let's see, what did I have to do here? You know what, I'll take a look here. Or no, take a look at this. Since I'm back in town. What is it? I think this one's the yacht club. So this will be where he is.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Let's see. Almost threatened to
Nope.
replace.
I'm
It's
calling
been a
her
while,
bluff.
so I'm just getting a
If she
refresh.
wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay.
Sure. And then that'll be her office computer, I think. Okay, up there. Gotta find a way up there. Okay. Gonna be interesting.
Oh, you got that?
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, that's right. I was just leaving.
Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
Oh, wait, right, that's... not actually what I wanted to do. That was a waste of... Right, that was Velma asked me if I would steal his savings so that they can't stay on strike. Which is not what I want to do. What I want to do is find evidence that she's being a shitbag. where's the door into the... Where's the way into the office? Or the, Oh, it's this. I don't play this game enough to really keep many of the locations in my head. I keep wanting to play it more, and then
Velma seem out of sorts
not.
to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I made it a point to stay out of her way.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. Tell him to complain to Catherine in Fallbrook, not me. Sublight's demanding more money for the same contracts, which means we're all in the same boat. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire Sublight contractors at this rate.
You already lost Braxton. Can you afford to lose Caleb's entire team?
I don't even want to think about that. Or how far behind Braxton's loss alone is going to put us. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
Nope, that was all I needed.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
Talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
She has... I have convinced her to see reason. She'll increase your pay.
How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with the bit card of her own accord. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
If you want a Darkest Dungeon RPG, give Torchbearer a shot. Honestly, not wanting to buy more books is a big reason why I don't like 5e and a lot of D&D style things, because they release so many extra $60 or so books that you need to keep buying to keep up with the game. And it really bothers me. Okay. I'll increase companion health a little, and then I'll put the rest into Persuade. Okay. Next. Space Crime Continuum. Yeah, no, I know there's the Darkest Dungeon 5e PDF. And I know it works fairly well. And if you can't get your group to play anything other than 5e, it's fine. I just think Torchbearer is a better option. What are MSI troopers doing out? Oh yeah, wait, actually, I want to turn this into Zora. Yeah, I can cut across here. Hey, Chris. More MSI troopers. They're out in force today. The Halo Legendary playthroughs. I will give that another go. Halo 2 just kind of broke me a little. It's really poorly designed in some parts.
Welcome back. You find anything out there?
Found a box of data cartridges.
Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And here's... a letter. Wait, this is from Graham. Oh, of all the... Captain. He gave them the gate codes.
He isn't exactly known for his rationality.
Watch it. That's our leader you're talking about. My friend. I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. What the hell happened to live and let live? Thank you for bringing this back, but I need some time. I gotta think. I'll let you know if I figure something out.
Yeah.
Go take a walk, Captain. I'll find you once my head's on straight.
Who am I gonna side with? I'm not sure yet. I think it depends on how that revelation's gonna play out. Skip 2. 2 is the latest one that's out. 3 and ODST aren't out yet. Not for a PC, at least. Oh, shit. And I've already done 1 in Reach.
Here we go. Nice one. On my way.
Oh, wait, where's... That's not far from here.
McDevitt used to say that plants need sulfur to grow, and here there's just tubs of it lying about.
Incoming, Captain!
Shit, what? Where did those come from?
I'm going.
Definitely saw. There it is.
Forward go! Shoot!
I can take this out from this distance. Killing it from too far away for it to aggro. Great. I knew this gun was a good choice.
We're lucky it was sick. Else it'd have been a hell of a lot tougher.
We've killed like how many of these?
Here we go!
Granted, these are the things that can also kill the rest of the team, but like... they aren't a fucking problem. These do suck though. That's another queen. That's another queen and a mantic pillar. God, I hate the swarms. I hate the swarms more than I hate the queens. There we go.
I'm coming.
How many mantic queens have we killed? Oh, wait.
Don't mess with us.
Wrong button. Mr. Pickett's biggest game. You have the journal you found inside the Mantiqueen to Sebastian and Cellar Bay. Okay. Now we continue on for this. Get back to the road first. Why do I keep you... It's F to use in menus and E to use in the overworld, and that keeps throwing me off. Have I ever played an RPG called Spell? I have not, but I'm aware of it. That's the one that the Third Wheel crew helped with, right? They played a game with it set in the same universe as Thrilling Intent, I believe, which is one of my favorite RPG series on YouTube, and I highly recommend it. I haven't watched it in a while since the current arc. I kind of miss Ash, but... either way, I've heard a lot about it, and it's a neat system. They're also associated, like, a good chunk of the... like, at least, like, a couple of members of the Third Wheel crew are also involved, or were also involved in Anime Campaign, the original, which, sadly, you can't watch anymore, and apparently they're not planning on making it available again after all. But, like, I know the GM is in it. Or the GM of Thrilling Intent and most of Third Wheel's stuff is in it. And I think, like, other members of the group might be in it, but I don't actually know. I never got the chance to watch Anime Campaign. I wasn't super interested in it until Epithet Erased came out, and by that point they had taken down Anime Campaign from the internet. What the... this needs repairs.
Here we go. That's smart. I'm going.
Oh, here. How far through am I in this game? I have no idea. I think I'm past the halfway point, but I don't actually know. Oh, fucking... stop! I wanted to break it down, but they used the same button. And I kept being a pixel off. That's always fun. Oh, I didn't want that trooper helmet. Well, I mean, I want to break it down. Yeah, my one big gripe with this game is inconsistent menu control. No. Menu controls, because that is really frustrating.
Here we go.
Really? That didn't kill a Mantipillar?
Nice one. No problem. I'll head over. I'm going.
Shreds, you say?
Did they really just have Nyoka make that joke? They should have had Father Max make that joke. It would have been a much closer voice match. Oh. I think I'm using an assault rifle ultra. Yeah. Have I played any of the Elder Scrolls games? Yeah. I've played through Oblivion and Skyrim. I don't actually know. I've played through Oblivion. I have never beaten Skyrim. But I have played Skyrim. I'm trying to think. Oh, corrosive weakness. Suffering too many corrosive burns has made you weak to corrosive damage. I don't deal with corrosive often enough for that to be a massive problem, so sure. Something about blood and violence that helps you focus. That's not disturbing at all. Trying shots. Wild science. I don't have enough science weapons. I've got like one. I've not played Morrowind. I have Morrowind. I keep wanting to. But I don't know. Headshot kills explode, damaging nearby enemies. Ooh. After killing an enemy. Super Pack Mule. I don't use melee. This is a hard choice. I've got most of the I've got most of the obvious choices down. Yeah, maybe I'll stream Morrowind at some point. Lower consumable weight. I'm debating between vendor buying price, lower consumable weight, carrying capacity, and headshots explode. And I'm not sure which one I want to go with. Oh yeah, I know you need the upgraded graphics pack. 'Cause I've been like a moderately aware of some Morrowind stuff. I know you need the updated graphics pack because you need that for widescreen, and I think if you want to record it, you also need that. I can't seem to pick. I'm gonna snag vendor buying price, because bits are... I do always wind up needing more bits. fuck up the mechanical. Nice. I think they've even given away Morrowind for free a few times. The vermin. Okay, I already got one. That name makes it sound like it's supposed to be a unique weapon. Rizzo's. Oh! It's the Rizzo's factory. Alright, Parvati, good thing you're here. Oh, I hate this. Alright, we need a way in. There's gotta be a way in without lockpick. Something's here. Yep.
Here we go.
No, 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 no. I did not want her to rush in like that. I hit the wrong button.
Covering you.
Okay, right. She's still alive. She's still okay. And our biggest threat is down.
Be right there. Nice work.
Okay, there's more in there, but they're fucking off elsewhere. For good reason. So once I grab the rest of the stuff out here, it'll be time to go in and mop them up. I seem to either never get around to beating games or beat them several times and keep going back to them. Or I have games that I keep starting and never beating over and over again.
I'm ready for this. I've gotta hurt. You got it, Captain.
I'm using these a lot more than I normally do.
I am a storm.
Parvati's... Oh no, Parvati's still up. Okay, that was because I used the ability. Come on, let me... Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Let's use their abilities. Oh, that was close.
On my way.
Glad I wound up getting that revive ability. Portal 2 was fun, I guess. I didn't have as much fun with it as the first one. And I never really got into the... I was never super into Portal. Like, I enjoyed it. I think it's a fun game. It just wasn't... Employee, McClure, Cecil, you have been on shift for 88,536 hours. You have earned a 5-minute break. Why not enjoy a knock you out bar? Oh, what's this? Welcome, Doctor. Activating backup generators, enabling elevator, opening secure door. Did you greet the customer by saying, "Welcome to Rizzo's sweet shop. We've got your candy handy. How can I sweeten your day?" Yes. Have you offered the customer a slap? Sales of lemon slap are down. Remind our customers how refreshing a good slap is. Nothing in stock, huh?
You're fast.
I wanted to break it down, but apparently you can't do that from there. Oh. Has a skill bonus. One has a skill bonus that is quite useful, and the other doesn't. Let's sell. Oh, I can remove things from junk. And then I think I can sell one. There. Fresh half woolly milk. What? rum into something. Yeah, it's food. Debatably, so. How would they completely missed us walking in here? I mean, I'll take it, but like...
Aren't those cakes just about the cutest little things you ever seen?
Sure, Parvati. You know, I'm only doing this for you. Unable to establish connection to Rizzo Inc. monetary processing. Terminal is now in its default login message viewing mode. Law help me help us all. I saw one frothing at the mouth, barely able to string a word or two together, walking at me as if to devour me whole. Zora was right. There are monsters here. We need to get out if we want to live. Cecil, you aren't insane. They were people once. I don't know what they are now. These crazy assholes don't know how to use a keypad. I took one from my clinic office and installed that on the bridge gate. Be safe. Huh. Closed.
The dust bat casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to take a little taste. But I'm gonna be strong. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain.
Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain.
Do you really need to do all this? Or are you putting off the date?
Maybe you're right, and I'm stalling a bit. But maybe I also need to, so
I am in Eastern time, yes.
There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Jolicoeur's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a place like that.
Alright, we'll swing by when we can.
Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot, but you help me out every time. You're the best.
Okay. Done that. Stellar Bay, gunship target. What soap did I choose? I do not remember. I chose that ages ago. Don't see anyone down here.
Hello? Anybody here?
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't trust this.
Proximity alert. Biology human. Protocol kill all plants. Suspended. Present your Rizzo identification credentials or prepare to be downsized. Attempting to disengage security protocols with priming
I am an authorized Rizzo's employee. Password antediluvian.
executive level password accepted as identification according to employee ID protocol A-3501. Welcome back, Doctor. Be advised, Mantisaur threat level is petrifying purpleberry. Please use caution. Mantisaur wounds are not covered under Rizzo's health policy. Have a productive day.
Okay. There was talk of something frothing at the mouth that used to be human. So that was... Personal messages on Rizzo's time will result in a mandatory deduction from your monthly candy fund. Closet functioning terminal with refueling authorization is located. Too short. You will not see me, but I will be close. Continue your research, Doctor. Report to me when you have achieved a mission end state. Understand we're bound for a secondary lab. Will you be supervising our research this time? Oh, that's right. It's lower. Thank you for your optimism, Lore, but what we're doing isn't easy under the best of circumstances, much less with the board cutting corners. I can promise you that our research will lead to a better Halcyon, even if we have to pay a terrible cost getting there. With all respect, I urge you to reconsider your decision to classify our research results on the native fauna of Terra 1. I assure you that we will diligently redact any references to our project for its purpose from any papers we release. We've made several discoveries about how the terraforming process affected the nucleon of the Raptidon and Manti families. At the very least, allow us to inform our fellow board researchers that these creatures will perish when O2 concentrations are reduced to 19.5, a level within human tolerance. This is not about fame or prestige, this is about potentially saving lives. You have your orders, Doctor. Your project is too important, too sensitive to allow any hint of it to reach the public.
Captain, I've touched down on Cascadia's landing pad. You'll need to check the storage system and then initiate the transfer from an authorized terminal within the lab.
Everything about this place seems off. I don't want to be here. There's something in here. Oh. It's just mantisaurs. I thought it was gonna be zombies.
Watch your step, Captain. Someone's left trash.
Thought I had gotten that from far enough away. Thanks for the $10, Jim. Just remember, capitalism hurts those who shun it the most. It's an interesting. Help bring things down a bit. Are you I don't know, capitalism hurts everyone. The only people it doesn't hurt are the people at the top.
I'm going.
Be right there.
I mean, it's kind of a system designed to keep the old system of monarchy in place. No, the mantra of this game is that capitalism hurts everyone, and the only people who don't see it are the people who've been indoctrinated by it.
Nice. Almost done. Woo!
You know, well, yeah, it's because they were in power to begin with. But the whole game is about how this is a broken system that doesn't work. Yeah, I think I'm also going to tinker on my assault rifle. Maybe I should also tinker on this. Bring it up to in line with everything else. Yeah. Cool. Got this extra. Oop, didn't mean to do that. So my opinion on Draugr is that they're fucking disappointing. I saw that message a little bit ago and meant to respond and just realized I didn't. My opinion on Draugr is that they are fucking disappointing in Skyrim, because if you have any knowledge of the Draugr of Norse mythology, you will know that they are fucking terrifying. They are nothing like zombies. They are fully intelligent, magically enhanced, and cannot be killed. I believe the way you deal with a Draugr is not by killing it, it is by tricking it into going back underground, which is not easy to do. Thomas Linwood Real in gratitude. You didn't have to go this far to get out of paying that bad bet on the Darlings. I mean, you gave me 6 years to pay you back for the last year's championships. I told you you were right. I had your back. We could have drawn straws or something. But you went off and did it, and you didn't even tell me. This shouldn't have happened. Fuck this, you earned better.
What an awful brave thing to do. And look how loved he was for it.
What did he do? I'd like to think you'd be happy about the data I recovered. These days, I'm mostly thinking about how you should still be with us. And we should have had more support from the board. And no one should have ever needed to take such a crazy, stupid, brave risk. I don't know if your folks will ever get to see you, but I made sure you were all tidy, small stitches. Eva put you in your best suit. Did it herself, alone. Said she owed you. See you in the equation, Tom. We miss you.
Gotta admit, I ain't got a lot of sympathy for someone willing to experiment on themselves. Or any person, really.
Tom, as your manager, I'm supposed to review your achievements in history, holding up examples of important milestones that emphasize your ability to work with and sacrifice for the company. Even when we die, it's all, how much did you make for us? Everyone here knows what we're up against, and how long we have. You knew better than anyone. The way you talked about the lives we forget in passing. The dock worker, who kept a red handkerchief in one of her pockets, and you wondered why. The server at the bar trying to read a book on the sly until our order was up, and you wondering what it was. The worker who swept the roads, but when she found a dead sprat, stopped to bury it. I didn't notice half the lives around me until you'd point out the little things that made each one unlike any other you'd met. I have to live long enough that I can shout your name at Byzantium. Tell everyone what you did for them. Because I could write for 40 days and nights and not tell a tenth of the things I saw in you. You were an excellent chimerist and a credit to our team. Upon our return to Byzantium, I will file to have the copyrights for our work made in your name. The companies will own them, but your name will be on every legal filing. People will see it, and perhaps think of you. I hope this adequately communicates the depth of my esteem. I will forever appreciate your efforts to improve communication between myself and the rest of the team. I do not believe I will drink vodka again, however. Jeez. I feel like I missed something. I feel like I missed exactly what he did. But... So... The Norse didn't have the same concept of a soul. Draugr were... Draugr were people who were so greedy and selfish in life that when death finally came for them, they didn't die. Well, I need that anyway.
Easy.
Oh, I hit Z for some reason. Fuck. Logs, research notes, tissue compatibility. But yeah, there were people who were so greedy in life that they didn't die when death finally came for them. And as a result, they, when a Draugr, the way you find out if someone is going to be a Draugr is if you come down in the night and they are sitting perfectly upright and dead, as though they were still alive. And that's how you know that someone is going to become a Draugr. And a Draugr has ridiculous amounts of magical ability. One of the things Draugr can do is size and mass shift. So a Draugr can just make himself as big as your house and sit on you, which is something that they actually do in the sagas. They also bring horrible misfortune to villages. And just do generally horrible things to people. All in the name of being greedy, selfish pricks. And you just can't kill them. They just don't die. You have to trick them into going underground and bury them. Our chief concern is rejection of this issue, a problem as classical as limb transplantation, though obviously on a cellular level. The scale of the problem, though, even with the Alta Vitae bolstering our efforts, an achievement of such proportion has never been attempted, or even considered. How do we define a tolerable failure rate when the losses could swell to affect millions? Even 1% is unthinkable. I have much to consider. The project has been reassigned to a secondary lab. I'm told the board is pulling out of Terra 1, and we don't even have time to transfer our research. For once, I'm grateful our labors didn't make significant strides here. I won't forget Tom's sacrifice. Up until the end, he knew it had to happen. If it wasn't one of us, the board would have volunteered inmates from Tartarus. I'll be happy to carry his example to the new lab. And the next phase of human trials. Next phase? I need to find this guy. Oh, I'm concussed. And thirsty. I don't know why I started clicking there. I have no idea. The only way to tell if something's going to be good on release is how it feels to play on release. There is no other way to tell. Don't buy into any hype or believe any pre-release material, because some of it will inevitably be lies.
Let me take a look-see. Okay, I'm thinking if I patch this into our fuel cell network, we can use the empty tanks to hold this ulta-wada-biddle stuff. Just gotta compensate for the pressure difference. We burn liquid reaction mass, not gas. And the cells are distributed all through the hull, so I gotta isolate the empties.
Yeah, no, that is pretty much it, Maze. If Scrooge and Marley had been Norse, they would have become Draugr. They would not have learned lessons, and they would have intentionally made people suffer. That's right, you remember the sticky valve on number 16?
Of course I did, Captain. Just gave it a little jiggle. There we are. Good as pretty and twice as new.
Nice work.
Oh, I just did my thing. You know.
I'm impressed. I would have just tried to blow the thing up.
This is a bad idea. I'm gonna go up and then I'm gonna go back down because I need to know what's across that gap. And this is the only way to save. At least I hope this saves. There goes nothing. Okay. A lot easier than I thought it'd be. Nice. Mind control ray? A misfiled form put out a research group specializing in marketing jingles, into an advanced top-secret weapons facility. The research group spent months incorporating their new marketing jingles into the advanced weaponry and developed the mind control ray. Once the mishap was discovered, the entire facility was shut down and all personnel were reassigned to the most remote outposts corporate could find. Got 2 of these. Where'd I get the second? Marketing using earworms, kind of like mind control, but less intrusive. Gotta make more room. Gotta be something else I can get rid of. Thanks, Maze. Oh, I already have a flamethrower. That was scary. Those jumps felt scarier than they actually were. Why am I carrying around so many weapons? I have one of everything. I'm gonna hear another level up. What the fuck are these? I guess it does have some similar themes to RimWorld. Okay. Let's drop. Starting to hit lockpick stuff I can't do. Ooh, 60 actually seems really useful, but I don't know how easy that'll even be to get at this point. Could get that up to 80. Which isn't really that important. Oh. Get that to 100, that's actually pretty great. Maybe more into long guns? Not really sure. Yeah, I will actually, I'll bump that up to 70. And then I'll put the rest into... I'll put the rest into long guns. Getting very close to having critical hits ignore armor on that. And then one perk available. I'm going to get the extra carrying capacity. Shock Cannon Ultra, hell yes. I have a new anti-robot weapon. Oh, I should check. Now space crime continue. Okay, no, I do still need to finish stuff over here. Outer Worlds DLC. Yeah, I heard that's on the way. I'm excited. I do like this game. I still need to beat it, but I do really enjoy it.
Incoming!
What? Oh yeah, rabbit sprats. Those are a thing. Yeah, you guys can take care of that. How do you take that? have any spares of these? I don't think so. Nice. All right. I might sell some of my booze. I don't really drink it. Nanner's Spank? What? Wait, that's a TNL machine. They produce the Ultra stuff that's pretty good. Nothing. Oh, that's a
Some crew
teleport
members
thing.
are causing a
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagining that makes me sick.
That's why we don't miss.
I've not been reading Tower of God. I've heard some good things about it, but I don't know if it's my thing. Outer Worlds does have a really Firefly vibe to it. Although it is more... It is a little further on the sci-fi scale, on the soft sci-fi scale than Firefly, which is mostly like traditional bullet weapons. Last thing. I think I'm probably gonna finish with Monarch and then end it. Been going for almost 2 hours. And I have a friend who is...
This is what you get when a corporation takes a dump and walks off without cleaning it up.
Yeah.
From me.
Work out.
was not paying attention to my own health there. I've not played Deep Rock Galactic. It's been on my Steam wishlist for a while. Yeah, I might give it a look. I've been reading a lot of stuff on Webtoon lately. Muted is really good, and that just came back from a hiatus. One of the best things I've read in years is on Webtoon. It just finished Messenger, which it's really good. It's by Paul Tobin, who wrote Colder, which I really enjoyed when I was younger, with art by Ray Nadine, whose art style I love. It's equal parts just really good storytelling and very silly on occasion. Is Webtoon actually good? I'd say of all the hosting platforms I've seen, it's fine. Oh, Room of Swords is really good.
Used to be. You can get the best wine on Monarch here.
I would have liked to see this place before it was all
I've-
folded up. I bet it lit up the night.
I was reading Sweet Home, but I kind of lost track of it at some point. I don't really remember what happened. I just barely missed that. I just kind of stopped reading at some point, just after some stuff went down with the groundskeeper, which anyone who reads it will immediately know what I'm talking about. Wrong gun. Really, you're targeting that instead of the Mantiqueen? Oh, motherfucker. I'm actually pissed about that. She targeted the swarm instead of the Mantiqueen. There's a lot of good things on Webtoon. Always Human is just a really sweet slice of life sci-fi thing. Trying to think, what else have I been reading? Let me take a look at the app real quick. I've been using the app because its interface is very much designed for mobile, and not so much for computer. The scrolling really gets to me. Yeah, Room of Swords. Muted. Greenhouse is off to an interesting start. Messenger was really good. I already talked about that. That one ended recently. It had like an actual end, and it was really good. Webtoon kept pushing Lone onto me, so I started reading it, and it seems interesting so far. Have a good night, Eli. Journey to the Savage Planet. That name rings a bell. And I'm trying to place why.
I guess this is what Edgewater's gonna look like in a couple of years.
This is what you get when a corporation takes a dump and walks off without cleaning it up.
Explore and industrialize a planet by the generic corporate icon, and it's somewhat comedically spun. Sounds really familiar. There's like a pixel of its head visible from this angle, and it's really pissing me off. There we go.
Here we go!
Nailed it, Cap. Making tracks.
Nice. I don't think we even took a hit. Plasma Rifle 2.0.
You sure we ought to go this way, Captain?
Yes, I am sure we ought to go this way. And this is how we get to the crashed UDL ship. Holy fuck, its initial shot is the same damage as a charge shot from... Oh, motherfucker. Great. I just got that plasma rifle. I'm annoyed about that. I don't think I looked in here earlier. I will take the extra Raptidon meat and the ammo. Cool.
Used to be, you can get the best wine on Monarch here.
I would have liked to see this place before it was all poured.
Thank you. Nice hit.
Oh, what? Oh, shit, they're going off to fight it. Don't do that.
Nice one.
Nice. At the very least, we're clearing out this first fight easily enough. Hopefully that one's still got the plasma rifle on it. But I don't think it will. No. Of course not.
You sure we ought to go this way, Captain?
Hopefully I'll find a new one. Off to our side. Let's just move back a bit. Get a better look.
Opening fire.
I'm going!
Go! That's the last of them.
Nice.
Making tracks.
Here we go!
That was close. So, Mark II, huh? I don't know how good that is, but it might wind up going to Father Max. Take a ton of drugs before a fight. That's, depending on the drugs, not the worst idea.
Heading out! I'll fix you right up!
Shreds, you say?
Stop making Futurama references.
All right.
All together!
Here I go.
Stay back here. God, seriously.
I'll keep an eye on things out here.
Yeah, me too. You have fun, Captain.
Wow, thanks, guys. Error. Captain Matsu's captain's key is active, but his life signs are no longer detected by the bridge. On the bridge, logging flight hours while not present for duty is a violation of UDL policy. Key rejected. Run diagnostics. Main terminal online. Bridge controls offline. Engines technically functional. Hull integrity don't ask. This Mark IV gunship's operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repairs necessary at your nearest UDL repair facility will be averaged amongst the crew. Wow. 12. CE's saying something about spare regulator bypass something. Chickashow. I'm turning this thing towards the groundbreaker, firing up the engines, and retiring. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. I just hope this old bird can handle one last trip. How in this law-forsaken colony is it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer is barking at me to order yet another damn thing, and I can't even get a response from corporate. Another day, another ship lands on Terra 1, and we can't shoot him down. That makes... I've lost count. What's the point of being out here if we don't get some backup? If we can't get some backup?
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Fuck, I don't know why I hit F. Be nice. Get some kind of flashlight. That's a thing. That's a person. Sort through their stuff later. Probably gonna hand this off to the iconoclasts, but a little uncertain of that. What with the new revelations of what Graham's done. Fast travel back to the ship. And we'll start the trek off to Amber Heights. Never noticed that they're all frozen until you. I don't know, I'm trying to think of a way that I can get back there from here without going through the whole lab.
I guess this is what Edgewater is gonna look like in a couple years.
This is what you get when a corporation takes a dump and walks off without cleaning it up.
Here.
Oh, you are in for that!
We made it!
Yeah, I'm definitely hitting the point where I really need more lockpicking skill. Gotta be some way to get out over there. Yeah. I guess I can just go back down and around. Finish looting this place, too. Why did I just take a shovel? I can barely see those mantis swarms. Alright, should I have another drink? I'm not sure yet. Something thinks about these evac prep procedures. I know the Terros were expensive, but shipping them out of here wasn't going to be easy. Even the hunters are recommending we let them loose outside the gates. I don't get why we're taking them with us anyway. Someone up the chain must really believe in the project. Copying the meeting notes for posterity. Still can't shake this feeling that they're hiding something. Called the meeting to discuss preparations for our imminent departure. Platitudes, assurance that nobody's being fired. Explains that jobs await us all on Terra 2. More platitudes. Top management is very pleased with Project Terra and wants to ensure its assets are preserved. So the project isn't being scuttled? No, just shoved off to Terra 1. But how will we transport the Terros? Hunters will assist us in safely moving them onto the shuttle. It's hard enough getting them into the cages in the first place. What about the Raptidons? We have seen more and more of them around town. Assurance says that the Raptidons are not interested in the Terros, but the Hunters are saying no more about the Terros. Floor is now open to general questions. How many shuttles are incoming? We don't know. At least one. One isn't enough for all of us, plus the damn Taros. Let's worry about that when the evac arrives. Looks like we're out of time. Thanks for coming, everyone. Keep up the great work. No one's being fired, they're just being left. Shuttle landed on the pad. We started moving Taro cages. Some of them broke. Birds everywhere. Talons everywhere. Even the clipped ones. Turns out they can run. Who knew? When the Raps got in, I don't know how. Then the Raps got in. I don't know how. Must be a hole in the wall somewhere. Maybe they can dig. Fuck. They were all over the Taros at first, and then us. Sumner and the other upper management were already on the shuttle. Raps got near the pad. Someone panicked. They left us. Void take their black hearts. They left us. Got a few homes stabilized, but it isn't going to last. Rats everywhere. They caught scent on what's in the bottling plant, and now they're nesting. We need to move. Gonna have to book it south across the bridge. Cordon off half the town. Been trying to hail corporate, but none of my messages are getting through. I don't think help's coming. Cecil insists corporate wouldn't abandon us, but I saw that shuttle. There wasn't enough room for us and the birds. Someone up there made a decision, and it wasn't for our well-being. Rotten bastards. I make it out of this mess, I'm coming for them. There's gotta be a way out of here. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking fly over to Stellar Bay and head from there. It's easier than trying to navigate my way back down through the...
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it. With interest.
Nice one. You must have had them quaking in their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better if it had worked.
Hey, boss, I want to talk to you.
Sure.
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. It makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
What's about Graham?
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
Don't go looking for role models. You're just asking to be lied to.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
Alright, we're moving to the other bay.
Our fuel cells are now primed with Alta Vitae gas. As the organics say, let us hope we do not explode in transit to the groundbreaker. We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Fucking, where was Fallbrook? I don't remember. Oh, right. Heading on to Fallbrook. Bad idea! I have several regrets. Okay, first we're gonna head to the Iconoclasts. Yeah, I'm really disappointed. So I'm drinking I'm drinking a ginger cider. It's a hard apple cider with ginger in it. It's nice enough. But what I had wanted to get was a different hard cider that it looks like my work has stopped carrying, so I can't get it anymore. And I'm very disappointed, because it was a very nice cider. It was on the sweeter side without being, like, sickeningly sweet, like I find Angry Orchard to be. But I'll need to track it down somewhere else. Who needs roads? You might say that where we're going, we don't need them. Have I played Disco Elysium? No, actually. It's one of those games that I keep thinking about playing, and I know it's probably up my alley. I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh shit, I didn't mean to take that. I'll break it down later. I need to buy more ammo. Been really running out of heavy ammo since I realized that it's the best way to kill mantisaurs.
Good luck in all that you do.
You have a vending machine in here, right? It's like here-ish. Cool.
You meditate today? If not, you should.
Guess server's gonna be up here. Oh, there she is.
Captain, we should
Yes,
chat.
we should. I was looking for
Graham's got the right idea, but he isn't the right guy to execute it. I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden. I can't believe I'm even saying this, but I keep going over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the Iconoclast surviving is we depose him.
I'm with you. Let's talk to
Okay.
him.
Deep breaths. This is what's best, Sora. Time to save Monarch.
Captain, you must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats.
Stand down, Graham.
Stand down? I'm afraid I don't understand, Captain.
You're running the Iconoclast into the ground, and I don't believe it'll get better after we take Stellar Bay. The troops take orders from me already, and you've brought me as far as you can down the Eternal Path. It's time to step down.
The troops? Listen to you. This isn't an army. They aren't soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer?
You're about to take over a planet, and you can't handle that responsibility.
I can and shall. All I've done for my people. And look at where that path has led me. I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
I joined because I believed that you were in it for the Iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No. I escaped the corruption of the endless cycle of corporate greed. Yes, I ran from that. But now I'm ready to face it once more. I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the Iconoclasts so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
That's your answer, Graham? You needed a fresh start? After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
That's not necessary.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Incoming! That's the last of them.
Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the Iconoclasts, and it never feels right. But this time, it's especially wrong. You've got the... Void held me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it?
I was thinking you and Sanjar could join forces.
I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
How many of your believers are going to die for this?
You've got me there. A fair few. I've lost a hell of a lot to this fight. Graham would never agree to this, but I'm starting to realize how often he led us astray. All right. If he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
I know it's a long shot, but I'll try. Why did I sell all my booze? What the first thing I do when I get back to Stellar Bay is... Someone's in trouble.
Huh?
Nope, I hit an MSI trooper by mistake. Because he was standing on top of a marauder. I'm just gonna travel back to my ship. I normally try not to fast travel, but I'm not sure if there's a best ending. I think best ending really depends on what you consider good. Yeah. Two endings I know of are kill the board or get massively rewarded by the board. None of those two, I definitely prefer killing the board, but... yeah, before we do this, we're going to the yacht club.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. If you're keeping Nyoka company, you'll need a few to keep up with her.
Ain't a person on this planet who can keep up with me. Wait, we are talking about a drinking contest, right?
Now what can I do for you?
I think it goes by, yeah. Oop, didn't want to equip that. some water to deal with that inevitable hangover. You didn't miss too much, Feck. I am working on negotiating a deal between Sanjar and
If the
the
Iconoclasts reach that
Iconoclasts.
ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the Iconoclasts.
Could you agree to a truce with them?
They're all mad. And what's more, they left us. I don't see any way for us to work together.
I've read your reviews, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a Mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
Okay, Sanjar. You are good with details, but you need someone who sees the big picture.
You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The Iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
Zora leads the Iconoclasts now. What about her?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
Fine.
Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. Bring it to me, and I'll see if she's qualified.
Jesus fucking Christ. According to the ship's laws, they suffered some kind of
That's
malfunction.
surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to any fresh parts or components.
Maybe there's something else going on.
A conspiracy? You've spent too much time around Graham. Well, because the module controls the weapons systems.
Well, yeah.
Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever be a threat to us again. Stellar Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon.
It's a worthy goal.
The point is, this weapon system would be a powerful advantage, and we can't risk the Iconoclast getting it.
Enough about the gunship.
Good, because we haven't a moment to lose.
Alright. Time to go get the performance review. Okay. Should be in the Rizzo offices. We'll take the ship there. I'm a little disappointed that you're not able to drink yourself into a stupor in this game.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
This is gonna be interesting.
You watching the Aetherwaves last night? You know that slick-looking spacer from All My Colonists? They got her playing the Queen of the Marauders.
Do you think maybe I could borrow that sometime?
Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head?
Also probably dead. Going somewhere with this?
Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent.
All right. Yeah, this is obviously important to you. Let's go.
Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. What he's doing on an asteroid, I can't begin to imagine. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Thank me later.
Greetings, customer.
Hey, Sam.
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error. Refill printer paper.
Good work, Sam.
Thank you, customer. Sam, merciless on germs.
Back to work, Sam.
Hey, Cap.
What's with the Raptidon in your room?
That's just Frida. She's the first rapt I ever killed. I had her preserved.
How long ago?
It had been when I was a kid, so something on the order of 20 years. My parents were very proud.
Had that head for 20 years?
Oh, sure. Once in a while, I've got to bury her and come back later. She's a big girl. Tough to lug around. But she's been with me a while, so... Anytime, Cap.
I like my crew.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
It's still unnerving to me that my water is caffeinated. Right, I spent all my money on booze. I have played through the entirety of Dying Light and did not have a good time. It has fun elements, but there are large chunks of the game that are incredibly annoying. Most notably the boss fights, which are terrible. It's a game that's very thoroughly designed to encourage you not to fight, because the parkour is fun. The early game weapons are kind of shitty, so you're encouraged to run. And then they stick you into a locked arena and force you to fight an enemy. And both times this happens, it's an enemy where the weapons you're given are kind of shitty and make the whole fight miserable. Where is the way down? I know that there's a way back down into the... Where the fuck is that elevator? How can I not find it? I used that elevator earlier. Where is it? Seriously, come on. Oh, I never looted the bathrooms. I don't know which boss fight I hated more. The bulldozer fight? I think that's what it's called. I think they're called bulldozers. I know there is an enemy called the bulldozer. I just can't remember if that's the big zombies or the really big zombies. But yeah, the bulldozer fight and the Rise... Not the Rise fight. The Tahir fight. Those are the two worst parts of the game. They are just not fun. Especially the Tahir fight, because you have your weapons 1 second and then don't the next, and it's entirely... There's not really a narrative reason. Like, I've heard some people talk about the dream sequence, but from what I remember when I played it, the dream sequence happens before you go into the room, and you have your weapons before you walk into the room. Why can't I find this elevator? Here? Come on. The parkour and the overall gameplay I had a ton of fun with. I just didn't enjoy the boss fights. I also thought the plot was really obnoxious with how nobody survives. Just nobody survives. And it's so arbitrary, and it's so just... If it seems like they want you to care about a character, they're going to kill them off. Plot armor for the main character and, like, one other dude who I won't say who it is. Not for anyone else. And it really bothered me. Like, particularly the two major deaths were both really horribly handled, and it was just like, oh... I guess this person's dead now. Gee. Thanks for making them one of 3 actual characters I got to interact with who had any bearing on anything. Fuck, I can't find this elevator. Where is it? I'm actually kind of mad that this elevator has just disappeared. I wonder if it's behind that locked door and it only opens one way. That would really annoy me. The area switch from the slums to the old town.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
I definitely won that round.
You always seem to, huh?
That's because I'm usually right.
Next time I work the scorecard.
Okay, we'll go to Fallbrook and move from there.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
But yeah. I thought this was going to take a lot less time. I honestly didn't even realize Fallbrook had it.
Said you docked 3 days ago?
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Go away, White.
That's not how the game works. I say, knock, knock, like I'm on the outside of a door. And you say...
I swear to the architect, I will punch your lamps out.
Oh, having a rough day?
I lost a shipment out for delivery. Barely made it out. Marauders got Keeley.
Ooh, Catherine is gonna flay the skin from your fingers.
I know.
I have something to do here, don't I? That's Groundbreaker. That one's for here, but I'm not actually... Cool. Ancestors. Is that the game I'm thinking about? Is that the one that was... It was an Epic exclusive for a bit, and people were kind of pissed about it. And there was something about one of the developers being annoyed with how it sold because he'd worked on... Because he had worked on Assassin's Creed before. And was not happy with it not selling as well as Assassin's Creed. It looked interesting.
Everyone all right? At least I'm finding enough that it doesn't matter how much of it I waste. here is 100% off.
Oh, wait. Almost there. And the Magic Queen died over here-ish? There we are. Fuck. There.
Incoming!
Yeah, the one with the apes. Yep. Yeah, Ancestors looked interesting. I never wound up getting it because, you know, Epic exclusive, and it seemed interesting, but kind of one of those games that I want to get into because it has a lot of depth to it and a lot of interesting stuff to it. But one that I could never actually get into because I don't actually do very well with high barrier to entry games. I like low barrier to entry with a high skill ceiling. That usually goes quite well for me. But
Here they come!
oh.
Don't mess with us.
I didn't think there were any left here. Ow. Welcome to the offices of Rizzo's, a wholly owned subsidiary of East West Company. Cecil, I have received multiple complaints about your interactions with customers. According to these reports, the following phrases have been used when describing Rizzo's products being sold at your storefront. If that ain't savings, just call me a Raptidon expletive. Just call me a Raptidon expletive deleted. The latest batch is gonna knock you out like a nose full of sulfur. The north end of a southbound woolly cow. These and others are not approved metaphors. Please refer to your employee handbook for list of metaphors allowed when working. Violet, I have received notices of the following violations: consumption of non-approved lunch material, failure to volunteer for voluntary overtime, sale of restricted goods. I contest these violations on the following grounds. I am allergic to purpleberry, making one of our pre-approved purpleberry lunch meals will literally kill me. To be candid, it is a miracle I have lived here this long without incident. I can't volunteer for overtime because I've already been assigned overtime shifts. Okay, I'll fess up to selling restricted goods. You got me there. Selling soap to a man who stinks so bad I can't smell the sulfur around him is against the rules. Fine, I won't do it anymore. Ms. Bartleby, I am writing to inform you that multiple employees have filed Form R441, perceived danger to human resources, through my office. It appears that Raptidon's sightings are growing more and more frequent, as Rizzo Incorporated has not responded to our requests for safety equipment. A level of concern and, dare I say it, restlessness grows among the workers. Any indication as to the truth of these sightings, or of the rumors that Rizzo Incorporated is no longer supporting our efforts here, would go a long way towards improving company morale. Violet, please, we are all begging you, for the love of all that is good and just, please let Cecil sell soap to Simon again. He's got some kind of condition. I don't know what it is, but I've smelled corpses with a finer odor than his. I think Violet died, and she deserved it.
That's the last of them.
Zora is a top-notch sawbones with a good head for working under pressure. She knows how to assimilate large amounts of detailed information, make quick decisions. Her competence and decisiveness have allowed her to restore more than a few limbs and digits lost to carelessness around the machinery. Recommended for Employee of the Month. Cecil's enthusiasm for Rizzo's projects is unmatched, and he displays an impressive knowledge of company products. He's exactly the kind of worker we need to keep at our storefronts. Do not promote beyond store manager. Ugh. Well, that's gross. Public. No, I already read this. I've received confirmation that Rizzo will soon abandon Terra 1 with the rest of the corporations. We are expected to maintain all our exports until the day we leave. All teams will continue to operate until told otherwise. As of this time, I don't see the need to inform anyone outside of the three of us the board's decision. We don't want our workers thinking they're going to be reassigned. Just let them do what they do best, their jobs. Does this change our priorities at all? Should we begin scuttling research and focusing on the exports? No. We'll hit our export quotas for the next 7 months at least. Project Terra is still our #1 priority. Mr. Ziegler. I regret to inform you that the shuttles en route to the bottling facility at Cascadia have been rerouted. The evacuation effort is prioritized in order of profitability, measured chiefly by export volume. And, as of this time, other facilities have proven themselves either more profitable or more efficient. The distribution system will send the minimum 1 shuttle for evacuation purposes. If you have more personnel than can fit on a standard shuttle, Rizzo recommends establishing a priority system so that the loading and preparation of that shuttle can proceed smoothly. Please be advised that any attempt to load more than the maximum amount of human resources onto the shuttle will be met with forceful intervention. Warm regards, your friends in the Rizzo Incorporated Directorate. What of Project Terra? Surely it warrants additional resources. Mr. Ziegler, research projects are not taken into consideration when calculating the profitability of any given settlement. Project Terra's importance may place it higher on your priority list, but we are still unable to send more than one shuttle for evacuation. We suggest you balance your resources accordingly. We get one shuttle. By my estimate, the Project Terra assets, both human and otherwise, will take up approximately 2/3 of our available space. That leaves us and a couple more people we can take with us. We need to decide how we're going to decide who else to take. Perhaps a subcommittee to draft a decision-making plan. You know me, Sumner. I love subcommittees. But any decision we make is going to end up with pissed-off workers. Let's just ride out with the Terra crew. We'll enjoy a bit of extra legroom. Once we're safe in T2, we can see about getting another shuttle sent out. Seconded. What'll we tell the workers? We tell them that we're going to get them out. They just won't know it'll be one shuttle at a time. It's fine. Do not tell them about the hazard clause. Our goal is to get out of here peacefully. No incidents. I don't want to panic. I don't want a riot or, law forbid, a strike. Once we're out, we'll send word back with further plans. Until then, keep this among us. God, I hate these people. Do I plan to stream other games in the future?
Some crew
Yeah.
member.
Dead center. Next round's on you.
Captain's coming. Put your gun away. Act casual.
Oh, yes. This'll about do. That's a mighty clean weapon. Yep. Ain't no call for a closer inspection by anybody.
God damn my crew. Yeah, I stream plenty of games. I've been streaming a lot of games, so...
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
I don't know. There's a lot of games I'm interested in streaming. I also stream a couple of things over on Twitch, mostly stuff that doesn't really... most of stuff that I have good reason not to stream on YouTube, like, Vermintide has a Twitch streaming mode that I've been playing with some friends. And VR stuff, because for whatever reason YouTube doesn't list H3VR and Budget Cuts as games that exist. I don't know why. It's very annoying.
Any luck bringing the Iconoclast to the bargaining table?
Yup.
I don't like the idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay. Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
All right. I'll have Celia organize a meeting in neutral territory, the old OSI church in the ruins. Meet us there, and we'll discuss terms.
Very well. Oh.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Anytime.
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
That's the spirit.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
Don't fret. The captain here is right honorable. Usually.
You
Son,
usually Parvati.
has got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
You don't have weeks. What if they supported your supply lines?
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. We need shelter, Captain.
Fair. I'm not saying live outside, just help out in the wilderness once in a while.
Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Fair.
Well, I'll be damned. If you two can work together, maybe there's some hope for this place after all.
Truly, a compromise? I'm not sure I'd ever have heard as much from Graham.
Graham was a murderous fiend, and I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that.
Careful. He was Sanjar's friend.
His friend? His friend? Are you fucking kidding me, Captain? I've been standing with Graham for the better part of a decade, while this paperclip cowboy sat behind his walls.
Calm down, Zora.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters but me is laughing at something, but you two aren't laughing.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
What? That's not possible. Even for him, that's going too far.
It is. We found correspondence between him and the pirates.
But that means... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both fed up with corporate leadership, but I never guessed he'd do something like that.
I think he's being truthful, Captain. I feel it in my gut. Kinda nauseous, but ticklish.
You can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back someone into a corner like this, and they'll say anything to get out of it.
Take it back a notch, Zora. You're here for your people, and not your past.
Okay. You're right. Sorry. It'll take me a while to get over losing Graham.
You know, I felt the same way years ago, when he first left. There was something magnetic about him that let you ignore the things you didn't want to see. But surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
I'm hopeful about this alliance.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
We done a good thing, Captain. A real good thing. Lots of folks are gonna be better off because of this.
That went really well, actually. I was not expecting it to go so well. But it did. All right, I think that's... I've been going for a little over 3 hours, so it's about 4 in the morning here. So I think that's going to be it for me. I like this game. I need to stream it more, and I need to beat it. I might stream it again after I finish recording tonight. That'd be good. Yeah. Got the hiccups.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Did someone do something? I'm glad I fixed up Sam.
Hey, shut up, get off the pot, damn it. Are you listening in there? You can't be hogging the facilities for 40 damn minutes. You ought to see Ellie. You got a condition or something. Hey, Captain.
Max.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Okay. I think... Yeah. I think that that's it for tonight. This has been a good stream. I've kind of missed playing this game. Oh. Oh. What? I didn't even notice this stuff. I am starting to collect a bunch of things from my travels. This is really neat. Oh, right, before I go, I'm actually gonna... There is something else here on Monarch. That's actually at the Groundbreaker. But this one I actually want to turn in before I leave, otherwise I'm gonna forget.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
About Mr. Pickett.
Yeah, you find him yet?
Found his journal.
He'll probably be wanting it back. You see any sign of him?
Found the journal inside of Mantiqueen.
Funny place to leave a journal. But what about Mr. Pickett?
Are you really this dense? This guy's a child. I can't hurt him.
Mysteries of the universe, I guess.
Not funny, Captain.
So this journal is all he left behind? Seems like I ought to read it. Looks mighty long, though.
Maybe you and Celia can read it together on a date.
I bet she'll like that. She's real enthusiastic about all sorts of monsters.
It'd be nice for there to be some good come out of this.
In any case, I appreciate you tracking down Mr. Pickett for me. Here's some bits for your trouble.
He's a nice kid. He's just a little slow on the uptake. But yeah, okay. Now I'm actually gonna go get my save and cut it. That's everything on Monarch done. Except for the one quest that I don't actually want to do and accepted kind of by accident.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it.
I already heard that conversation. Okay, but yep, I'm done for the night. Thanks everyone for joining in. Have a good night, everyone.